Hello YouTube! Welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. It is I, Bandit Wendy, your Tuesday vlogger. It is the 22nd of March 2011. Welcome. Thanks for watching. As always, we really greatly appreciate your support, viewing of the channel, your comments, and I want to thank everybody who made response videos all the time. But specifically last week we had several response videos, so thank you so much. Keep them coming. I know myself I was touched, moved, and or inspired by several of those videos. So thank you. I like to say, grab a pen and a piece of paper and write down this week's topic. It is about what I like to think of protein and calories, tracking, right? Number one, do you track calories and protein? If so, how? And I'm going to throw in there, why? Number two, if so, how does it support your weight loss journey or maintenance journey, right? If you're tracking, how is it supporting your weight loss and or being in maintenance? Number three, if you do not track calories and protein, why not? And if not, do you still lose or maintain your weight without keeping track of your calories and protein, right? So, do I track my calories and protein? Absolutely, I do. I'm going to show you. I eat breakfast and lunch here in my office every day. So I have this post-it note. Can you see that? And one column is calories, one column is protein. And even though I eat a very general repeat of foods, it's a mindset for me. It works for me. You have to do what works for you, right? So at the end of the day, when I leave here, I take this little post-it note off. I stick it in my wallet, right? I go home. I might have a pre-workout protein-driven snack, and then I'm going to have dinner. So at home, in my kitchen, in a drawer, I have this, right? Can you see this? And you can get this type of notebook anywhere, I like because it's long. And if I'm making a salad or whatever I'm making, I have all the stuff on the counter, right, to make it. I just write it down. And here's pages upon pages upon pages, right? And on the weekends, I don't use the post-it note, right? So I kind of just write it here throughout the day. And you can see where I've had days when my post-it note made it home, and I've tallied up my day, right? So I am a believer of counting calories and protein, and I actually like to think of it as protein and calories, right? I like for everything to have 10 grams of protein. If it doesn't have 10 grams of protein and I'm going to eat it, I start to think, is it worth the calories, right? So if there's 10 grams of protein, in my mind, the perfect calorie count is 100 or less. I get happy if there's 100 calories and 10 proteins. And so that would be 20 proteins for 200 calories. Just my own way of thinking, right? In the losing game, I'm specifically instructed to eat between 800 and 1,000 calories, 1050 on the high, right? And I'm a lap band patient. I don't have any malabsorption issues. Everything I eat goes into my body and stays with my body, right? I'm fortunate. My husband is 8.5 years post-op gastric bypass. He taught me about weight loss surgery. When he had weight loss surgery 8.5 years ago, there was no YouTube, right? There was no information. You've heard Gastric Rose talk about it. Find it on your own. He was nearly 500 pounds, guys. So at 23 years old, he didn't know how to eat, right? So he spent hours, he tells me, in the grocery store, reading all the information. And I can pretty much pick up any food, and he can tell me off the top of his head the calories, the saturated fat, the sodium, the protein. Now, does he have a post-it note? And does he have a notebook? No. Can he eat? Does he have to control his portions? Yes, on some days. Some days his pouch is bigger than others, right? Some days I eat more than he does. Other days he eats more than I do. Can he eat pasta? Yes, he can. Can I? I don't do it. It gets too clogged up in the lap band is different than the gastric bypass, right? So that's one of the things I want to point out as we're watching. You know, I watch VSG, I watched duodenal switch, I watched gastric bypass, I watched lap band, I watched mini gastric bypass. Anything that's out there, people making videos, I like to watch them, I learn from them. But let's also keep in mind that we're all different, right? We have to own our own journeys. Do what works for you. And each surgery is different in different ways. So oftentimes when I'm thinking about foods and proteins and what I'm learning from others, it happens to be specifically from a lap band person, right? Because our surgeries are the same. Our insides are the same. Certain foods, I can't eat rice, I don't eat rice, but my husband can. Different surgeries, right? So when I first had weight loss surgery, I was committed to learning about what I was putting in my body. And so I did track from the very first day, even when I was only consuming 150 calories of chicken broth, right? I was keeping track of it because a week later when I was hungry and I was supposed to be on liquids for 2 weeks, I showed my doctor, hey, this is what I've been eating. This is how much weight I'm losing. I'm hungry. Can I eat more? Absolutely. And he was surprised to see that I kept track of everything. And guess who one of his most successful lap band patients is? Right? What is success? Do you want to lose 125 pounds in 6 months, 7 months? Like my good friend Sky Moon? Guess what? She tracked every calorie. Do you want to lose 140 pounds or 170 pounds in 2.5 years? You can do that too. USA LB girl. She didn't track, right? She did it differently. Do you want to lose 100 pounds in 60 some odd weeks? Track sometimes, not track all the time? That's what I did, right? It's all about your journey, your destination, and the speed at which you want to get there, and how you want to create a lifestyle for yourself. Now, for me, I tracked and I didn't track. I tracked and I didn't track, right? And I found that I was stalling. I wasn't losing as much weight because I thought I was eating enough, or I thought I was drinking enough water, or I thought I was burning enough calories. For me, it's the whole thing. Calories, protein, water, and exercise. I want to know about all of them, right? So when it got down to the last 25 pounds for me, they were really hard. And then the last 10 pounds to goal were really hard. And let me tell you, those last 2 pounds, the hardest, right? So from February of last year and basically until today, I have been fortunate enough to have a group of accountability partners around the world, all different surgeries, VSG, gastric bypass, lap band, and I see what they eat every day. And through that support, we track our calories, our protein, our water, and our exercise, right? How many calories burned, how many minutes. And it works. We've all either reached goal, lost more weight in a certain period of time than we were losing before we started tracking, broke stalls that lasted 6 months, right? So I'm a firm believer. I have seen in my very own world on my little BlackBerry success, 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 including myself, by tracking the calories and protein. So that's why I do it. I think it's very important. I have a BlackBerry. You have a cell phone. Doesn't matter. How do I do it? Right? Well, I told you about how I have my Post-it note, and I told you about how I have my notebook. And I also want to mention I keep this little calculator in the same drawer where I keep this notebook. So it's easy, right? If something's difficult, there's a barrier and you don't do it. But it's not difficult for me when I have this on my desk with a pen. I read everything that I'm eating, or I make it myself, or I can go to calorieking.com or fatsecret.com and get everything that I need. Restaurants provide the nutritional information. If it's there, utilize it, right? The other thing I do is I had weight loss surgery. Follow the rule, protein first. Like I said, the 10 grams of protein to the 100 calories or less. I always pick protein first. More and more I find there are many of us out there who do not understand what protein first is. I'm not going to go into what protein first is here right now, but really think about what you're putting in your body, right? If you're picking protein first and you've had weight loss surgery, carbs, sugars aren't going to really matter, right? Because you're going to get satisfied. The hunger pain's going to go away by eating the protein first. I'm a lap band patient. My surgeon recommends firm protein, right? That's what keeps you full the longest as a lap band patient. The band is designed to support people who eat firm proteins. Liquid proteins and slider foods end up allowing you to feel less satisfied and you want to eat more, right? I don't do that. It's very challenging for weight loss surgery patients to get to their body to accept protein, specifically firm proteins. Oftentimes, if it doesn't work, you stay away from it. You have to retrain your body. You need to learn how to re-eat, right? My husband, like I said, 8.5 years post-op, he went through 1 year with his gastric bypass. The only thing he could eat, and he's told me this seriously, the thing that agreed with him most was cheese enchiladas. He stayed away from firm protein. Sometimes now he has a problem with chicken, but he does not stop trying to eat it, right? And that's one of the main things I learned from him in this. If you try it and it doesn't work, you can eliminate it, but you're going to want to eventually, at 6 years out or 7 years out, try to eat that. So try it now, don't give up on it, come back to it at a different time with regards to protein. So anyway, how do I track it? I have a BlackBerry, I have a picture phone, I have a camera phone. I'm going to eat something, I take a picture. I send a text message or a BlackBerry message to my accountability partners, 119 calories, 10.9 proteins, boom. At the end of the day, everything, and I do that for everything I drink and everything I eat. And it's a habit for me, it's my lifestyle. You know, I don't have to do it because I know what to choose. My husband's a perfect example. He's so far out, he knows what to choose, right? I also know how to listen to my body. I stop eating when my lap band tells me to, when my hunger goes away. Sure, I have occasion where I overeat, and I'm thankful that I count those calories and those proteins. I'm in maintenance. It was a big shift from going from eating 800 to 1,000 calories a day to eating, you know, anywhere from 1,000 to 1,800 a day. My exercise has progressively increased over the last year and a half. So I used to burn 300 calories. Yesterday I burned 1,500 calories. So I don't want to necessarily lose any more weight. It'd be okay if I did, but I want to be aware of what I'm putting into my body, right? So that I don't get to a point where it's an unhealthy BMI. Right now, my BMI is 20.7. It's a very healthy BMI. Anything below 18.5, not good. So I want to be aware of that, specifically with the increase in my exercise and the fact that I'm in maintenance, and I want to stay in maintenance, right? So that they matter to me. So take those pictures with the BlackBerry. I send them to my accountability partners. They send me theirs back. At the end of the day, I can see what I ate. I have a record of it on my phone. I can go back to it if I need to, and I can help other people by sharing it, right? So for me it works. Calories and proteins matter. That's how I do it. I really think about it as protein and calories. I do not count carbs because I'm a weight loss surgery patient and I pick protein first. And that's pretty much it. You know, that's how I do it. So anyway, just remember, we're all different. You got to do what works for you. I'd love to hear what other people do. At one point, when I wasn't tracking religiously every day, I did it for the first week of the month, right? So the 1st through the 7th, I would do it. And it just kind of gave me a reminder, you know, about how many calories and how much protein I was eating. Because I find many people that I work with have no idea. They think they're eating 900 calories a day, and they're really eating 1,200 calories a day. They think they're hitting 60 to 80 grams of protein a day, and they're really hitting 45 proteins a day, right? They think they're drinking 64 ounces of water a day. They're really drinking 45 ounces of water a day. So in the beginning, and as you progress, until it becomes a lifestyle for you, because we went from being morbidly obese, for most of us, at least overweight, to trying to get to a healthy BMI. Or, for the most part, I haven't met anybody who doesn't want to drop 70 pounds minimum through weight loss surgery. So you're going to have to change something. And it's not just going to be the tool of the weight loss surgery. It's going to be about what you put into your body. I said it last week. I love the fact that I think of food as fuel that I need, and not fun that I want, right? So, I'm done. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Make us a response video. Take care. Bye.